And then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas. And they said, oh, what about the children? That they were separated. Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
Into an election warehouse in the East Falls neighborhood in Philadelphia. The door was open. It was a theft that occurred. Computer and some USB devices sometime this week. And I'm here in this warehouse where all of the voting machines are stored. Again, I just walked in that door. I've been announcing my name.
If you enjoy this video or find it informative, I would ask you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell beside it. Leave a comment and maybe hit the like button on the video. That just helps this video do a little better, helps this channel grow, and I would love it if you could become a part of the community here by getting involved on a daily basis as I upload videos every day. Thank you very much. Enjoy the video. Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I'm certainly not. I'm very stressed out, and I'll tell you why I'm stressed out. The behaviour of not just Democrats, but their allies in the mainstream media, all of the snakes that are slithering around the Trump family, and the radical left in general, the woke left in general, are really starting to grate on me now. I'm very concerned about society. Now, we have two clips to show you today, two clips to go over. However, I just want to quickly say what's added to my anxiety is the fact that the Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, and Melania, his wife, have just tested positive for the you-know-what virus. I'm concerned because of Trump's age. I know he's very healthy and very sprightly for his age, but you know, he's getting on in age, and the thing is, he's like a lighthouse in a darkness, like a sea of darkness, and Trump comes along and it's like a lighthouse has been lit, and a lot of people feel that way. And I didn't do a good job of describing it fully, but that's how it is. That's what it looks like in my own head. Anyway, the two clips we have to show you is the CNN footage taken, which they think does damage to Melania Trump, but it doesn't, and we'll go over that. And also, in Philadelphia, there was a USB stick and some laptops stolen from a polling station, a place where they keep all the polling machines. Now, this is the place where they have denied, for the first time ever, denied poll watchers the right to go in and watch the polls being taken and counted. This is something that's happened for years, for decades, and it has never been denied to people before. Only this year in the 2020 election. I wonder why. So we've got that to go over because the polling booth, the polling station, the security there is lax. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous, and people are allowed to walk in, stream in, do what they like, and lo and behold, some laptops and some USB sticks were stolen. Okay, I've done enough yapping. Let's get into this first clip. This is the CNN footage. It was recorded from a so-called friend of Melania Trump's. Recorded her own friend. Just revolting. This is what I mean about the sea of snakes who slither around the Trump family. Globalist snakes. So let's get into this clip. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this around. Let's get this shared. Let's get this seen because it's important. You know it's important. I know it's important. Anyway, let's play the clip.
I'm the same like him. I support him. I don't say enough. I don't do enough.
No,
where I am, I'm working like a ass. My ass.
I know.
Christmas stuff that, you know, who gives a about Christmas stuff and decoration, but I need to do it, right?
Yeah, but 100%. You have no choice.
And okay, and then I do it, and I say that I'm working on Christmas, planning for the Christmas, and they said, oh, what about the children, that they were separated? Give me a break. Where they were saying anything when Obama did that?
I know.
I cannot go. I was trying to get the kid reunited with the mom. I didn't have a chance. Needs to go through the process through the law.
So, just quickly, I'd like to say that she's dead right. She's absolutely right, spot on when she says that they never did anything like this with Obama. Now, the reason why she's saying it has to go through a process, it has to go through a law, is because a lot of the people that come over the southern border, the Mexico-USA border, who come across illegally, people send their children with the people, the people basically. They send their children. Now, I probably can't mention on YouTube some of the things that they do. I do know that the parents who send young girls on these trips across the border give them birth control. They give them all kinds of things along those lines. I'm sure you know what you know what I mean. Why do they do that? Why would they need to do that? Because these young girls fall victim to the more baser and the more depraved aspects of male nature. I'm sure you can understand what I mean by that as well. Now, also, when they get here, because they're considered kind of a form of anchor baby. Now, when they get here, what happens is, a lot of the time, they say, the adult will say, well, that's my son, that's my daughter, and the child, who's obviously terrified, has been coached into saying that. The reason why they split them up is because a lot of time, a lot of occasions, they're not real families. The parent is not really a parent, and the child is not really a child of that parent. You cannot put an adult and a child together, a man and a young girl together, if they are not related. You cannot do that. Anyway, let's continue.
But here's my thing. Hear what you just said, but instead of that, your messaging, you were so loved.
They would not do the story. We put it out. They would not do the story.
I'm telling you.
You would not believe it. They would not do the story because they would not do the story because they are against us, because they're liberal media. Yeah, if I go to Fox, they will do the story. I don't want to go to Fox.
So that's the end of the clip. Now, Fox is changing. Fox is becoming very left-wing. Look at Chris Wallace. Look at them hiring Donna Brazile, for heaven's sakes. But Chris Wallace, it makes my blood boil just thinking about it. His performance at the debates, it was Trump versus Biden and Wallace. Biden only agreed to the debate on Fox if Wallace would be moderating, because he knows that Wallace is a Democrat. You see, it always has to be rigged against the Trump family. Always. The next two debates are on proper left-wing media, and they're all in the camp for Biden as well. It couldn't even be two debates on liberal media with, obviously, in the bag for the Democrats, in the bag for Biden, moderators, quote-unquote moderators, and just one debate on Fox with, say, Greg Gutfeld, or someone like that, one member of the Five, or even like someone like Tucker Carlson or Lou Dobbs as moderator. So even then it would be heavily slewed against Trump and in favour of Biden. No, they're not willing to do that. It has to be 3 pro-Biden in the camp for Biden, 0 for Trump. It's always rigged against the people who are not left-wing, the populists. Always rigged against them. Always rigged. And it's disgusting. And as for this woman here, let me tell you something. She's recording her conversation with Melania Trump. Melania Trump, who is not just a beautiful woman, but an intelligent woman, a kind woman, has the heart of a saint. And she's been smeared terribly. Not only that, CNN seems to think this is some sort of smoking gun. No, it's not. All this does is prove that Melania Trump, if anything, it just proves Melania Trump is a down-to-earth, decent human being. And this was the only piece of the recording, because obviously they've took a slice out of hours worth of recordings. They've took the slice out of those recordings that they think would do the most damage to Trump. It's not about journalistic integrity. CNN has no journalistic integrity. What they were looking for wasn't news. They weren't looking for something to enlighten the public. They were looking for something to go after Donald Trump and Melania Trump. And all they could come up with is this one 1 minute 21 piece of footage. 1 minute 21 seconds long out of hours of footage, hours of recordings by this so-called friend of Melania Trump. And even then, even their poxy little 1 minute 21 seconds of footage still wasn't enough to make Melania Trump look bad to those people who have a brain. Of course, the people who watch CNN just to have their biases confirmed, this is like the Holy Grail. This is like the smoking gun. No, it's not. No, it's not. It shows, if anything, that Melania Trump is decent, pragmatic, and has common sense. Something CNN and Joe Biden wouldn't know about. Anyway, let's move on to the obvious situation where we have corruption through the roof, in which the 2020 Democratic election is just going to be a shit show. Anyway, take a look. Okay, so this piece of footage is in Philadelphia. It was taken last night. Well, it was uploaded last night, but it was taken yesterday in the daytime, in which this warehouse where all the poll booths, the voting machines are kept. This is the place, remember, that not long ago, a couple of days ago, they had a laptop or some laptops and some USB sticks. I think it was a laptop and 2 USB sticks from what I read online were stolen. These were needed or were used in the poll taking, and I can't confirm whether they had sensitive information on them or not. My guess is that they did, but I cannot confirm that. But I can confirm that they were stolen. Now, this is filmed by someone who has just waltzed in, and he's doing this to demonstrate the lack of security at this building. Take a look.
Max Marin, WHLN News. I just walked into an election warehouse in the East Falls neighborhood, Philadelphia. The door was open. It was a theft that occurred. Computer and some USB devices sometime this week. And I'm here in this warehouse where all of the voting machines are stored. Again, I just walked in that door. I've been announcing my name, trying to see if anyone is here. Quite easily, it could take any number of things with this level of access. Yep. Sir, any security cameras in here? I didn't see any on the outside of the building. Hello? Hey! Max Marin.
And as you can see, there was no one around. It looked like he went to speak to someone in the office when he turned the camera off, likely to protect that person's privacy. Now, you can see that those are all their voting machines, all of them. And how hard would it be for somebody, if they were so inclined, to corrupt these machines? Bearing in mind, it looks, with them all lined up like that, very similar to what you would see in a casino. Now, we've seen in casinos where people can do all kinds of things to machines to cheat the system. And this is before we get to the fact that the laptop and what I was told was 1 laptop and 2 USB devices, which were stolen from this very place. After that happened, you would think they would beef up their security, but of course they don't. He said in the footage that there was no cameras on the outside, and he said that he couldn't see any on the inside. I very much doubt that they've put secret cameras in there. You can see by the lack of security that if they've got no one guarding or at least patrolling the building or even the perimeter, I very much doubt they would go to the lengths to have secret cameras installed and all this type of stuff. It just looks to be, you know what? I don't believe it, but I'm open to the suggestion. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't believe it, but I am open to the suggestion that they are going to deliberately make security at places like this as lax as possible, because they want as much uncertainty as possible. Why do they do that? Or am I open to that suggestion? Because I think deep down they know that most people are for Donald Trump. Most people do not want to live under a Biden administration, or you could say a Harris administration, as Kamala Harris has slipped up, a Freudian slip, and said, and I'm quoting her here, under a Harris administration. Now, in a situation like that, the left, what they would want to do is create as much uncertainty as possible, because quite frankly, I believe they want to steal the election. They can't win fairly, and like all radical leftists, their only response to that is to cheat. Simply to cheat. This is how far they have gone. They are willing to destroy democracy itself. Everything they accuse Trump of, and this is it's a microcosm for even your life and my life. Whenever you debate on a leftist, or even come into contact with a leftist and merely disagree with them, if they immediately start accusing you of things, which they will, trust me, just think this to yourself, because this will be the truth. Whatever they accuse you of, they're doing themselves. So if you find yourself in a debate or a disagreement with a leftist, I promise you, and I'm speaking from experience, they will just blurt out some random accusation at you, or random insult. But usually an accusation, it will just be a random accusation coming out of nowhere. And you'll think to yourself, what? Why are you accusing me of that? What's that got to do with this? The reason why they're accusing you of it is because that is what they are doing themselves, or is what they are themselves if they're smearing you. So that's my opinion. And I'm open to the idea that they are doing what I described moments ago. That's what I think. I think they are trying to make the 2020 election as unreliable as possible, as uncertain as possible, because they want to buy themselves time from November 3rd onwards. The more time they have to fluff things, the better from their perspective, the worse from the general public's perspective. Look, the Democrats, they can't just debate. They can't just win an argument and get people to vote for them. They know they've lost the argument. They know they've lost the debate on all fronts. So they're just going to cheat. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think of both clips that you saw? What do you think of Melania? What do you think of this sorry situation in Philadelphia? What do you think of the fact that in this state, Philadelphia, they have actually started to bar the poll watchers, which has been a tradition where people can go. Now that is democracy. That is democracy in action, where people go and they can watch the polls being taken, watch the vote being counted. That's democracy. And they're barring people from doing that. They're barring people. Let me know what you think of that. If you haven't yet, and this is important because I want to pass 2,000 subscribers. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video around. Let's get this seen, and that will help me grow. And I would really love if you would be a part of this community that we're growing here together. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. If you enjoyed that video, if I could ask you please to subscribe to the channel, hit that little subscribe bar down below, hit the notification bell beside it, and put it on notifications to all notifications. That will just notify you when I upload. I upload videos almost every day. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow.